earlier today, you used a word that I won't say here to describe what is happening in retail this week, but it seems that there was just a string of bad news. Gap, Macy's, Kohl's, Aeropostale, the list goes on. So I don't know, it's a grab bag. Take your pick. Which do you think is the worst and why?
Well, I think Macy's yesterday announcing a big drop in sales, much worse than expected, is what scared the bejesus out of everyone, and all the shares fell yesterday. What's happening, and I think what alarmed people the most is they don't know what to do about it. And even the CFO of Macy's said, we're all scratching our heads. The macroeconomic data looks good. People should be spending. Part of it, though, and the retailers you mentioned, are a bit skewed towards apparel. And apparel is one sector that has become a commodity. I think the real test will be next week when we see Target and Walmart and Home Depot earnings. That will give us a broader flavor. But this has been going on for months and months and months. And the fact that retailers can't adjust is worrying people.
So it might not be some big sign about the economy in general. It might just be, these companies in apparel, they keep saying it's about consumers shifting demands, but they're part of the problem too. Are they just not keeping up?
Well, I would say a big culprit in all this, one word, Amazon. When you look at their sales growth, it's towering over there. So a lot of the shopping is simply moving online.
Chris, what's your take on this on retail?
Well, I think in terms of the macroeconomy, the middle class is not doing very well. Pew Research just came out with a report this morning showing that in the vast majority of cities across this country, the share of families in the middle class is shrinking. And so, yes, job growth is strong, but incomes are still stagnant, and that doesn't help.
So do you think the sell-off was justified?
I think so. I mean, it is a combination of the fact that the middle class is struggling and the fact that consumers are shifting their taste, and so that makes sense to me.
Also in retail news this week, the FTC officially blocked the merger between Office Depot and Staples. Phil, were you surprised about that?
Well, it was widely expected, but I'm not sure I buy the FTC's argument. I mean, the way Amazon and others have muscled in on office supplies, it's Office Depot and Staples are both shrinking quickly. So to me, it's a little bit puzzling how people could say they would have too much of a monopoly.
It seems Amazon is the real thing to go after, if anybody. But Chris, there's been some sentiment that the Obama administration is really going after mergers. This is the latest. There was Baker Hughes and Halliburton and Cisco and U.S. Food. Is that true, do you think?
Well, there have been a lot of high-profile blocking of mergers, but if you actually look at the numbers, the Obama administration is only a little bit ahead of the Bush administration in terms of actually blocking these mergers. And at the same time, we've seen actually a huge spike in the size and complexity of mergers. So I think that people in the Obama administration are worried about what the effect of that on consumers and on workers, too. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this going forward.